Good afternoon, everyone. It's Anita with Artistically Yours, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from upstate New York. And if you can see out my window, it's a beautiful sunny day out there today. And I did not announce I was going to do a live, so if you miss it or have missed it, don't feel bad. I will be available to view later on. But I wanted to make a couple cards. One is a thank you for a friend of mine who made me this beautiful gift. She crocheted a scarf and mittens and a hat for me. And I love them. The colors are beautiful. And the mittens are actually the kind where the top comes off and the thumb comes, gets removed out to the back, out of the way, so you can use your hands while you're driving or doing whatever you need to do. So I absolutely love them. So I wanted to make her a special thank you card. So today what I thought I would do is use Grace's Garden, one of my favorites from the mini catalog. And I also have the dies for this, but I just wanted to show you how even without using the dies, you can make a beautiful card with just the stamp set. So that's what my plan is today. And so what I'm going to do, I've already cut my cardstock. This is the Highland Heather, 5.5 by 4.25. And then I've got the Blushing Bride, 5.25 by 4. And then the Whisper White, 5 by 3.75. So that's the layering we're going to do today. I'm going to set the others aside for now. And I need to make 2 cards, so I'm just going to do them both at the same time. Okay, so we're starting with Early Espresso and this gate picture. And I'm only going to do part of the gate. So I'm going to do maybe, try to get it even like that. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to do the other one too, about the same. Great. All right, somewhere here I've got my chamois, so I'm quickly just going to chamois this off. I love this chamois. Even though I've got the other stamp cleaner, this one seems to be what I grab most often because it's so convenient. Okay, so we're still going to need the Early Espresso, but I'm going to put the gate away. Let me just slip that top off for a minute. And then I want to do these pretty flowers. They look almost like a... the name escapes me. Hollyhock. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do 3 hollyhocks in a row, if I can fit them here. Let's see if I could get it fairly straight. 1, 2, oops, that one didn't quite do it. Let's see if I can get it on there pretty straight. Nope. All right, so I'm going to, you know what? I might just make that work. Hold on, I'm going to do one more here. Somehow I'm having, I know what I'm forgetting. When you're using these cling stamps, it's a good idea to always have, and I know I've said this before, like a notepad or something so that you can stamp on top of that, because sometimes they need just a little bit more space. So I am going to have to do that one over, and I mucked up the back, but I'll keep that because I can probably use that little piece for something. All right, so we're going to try again with the Early Espresso and the hollyhocks on my other piece. Yeah, that looks much better. And another one. Yeah, see what a difference that makes? Just putting that pad underneath. Okay. And let's see, I think that's all the stamping that we're going to do for the moment. Let's put this back. And then I thought we would use the blender pens, and I'll show you how those work. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. Okay, so I've got the Highland Heather, and whoops, I don't want to shut that. So the way to use these blender pens is just take your ink pad while it's still closed and just kind of press down, and then you'll see on the inside of the cover you've got this ink, and that's what I'm going to use to kind of color in. And I'm only going to do every other, I'm going to do the Blushing Bride in the middle, that's what I should say. So for this, see how nice that is? It gives it almost a watercolor look. And I hope this is going to be as cute as I picture it's going to look. I did not make one in advance to double check this. Okay, and then I'm doing the last ones too. So we're going to do just color in. And while I'm doing this, don't forget that Celebration is still going on till the end of the month. So with every $50 purchase, you can choose a free item from the Celebration brochure. And every 100 you can choose one that's labeled with the $100, or you can get two 50s. And the other thing that's still going on till June is going to be the mini catalog, and that's got stuff in it that's not in the main catalog. So if you go on to the website and you take a look, if there's something there that you want, this is the ideal time to get it. And I think it was yesterday, posted the hostess code for the month. So if you would like to do that, that is great. And then that'll work great. Okay, so when you're done with the color, all you do with the blender pen is just, I'm twisting it and making sure I get all of that color off, and I just see like a little bit of wetness. Because you don't want those colors to blend into each other on your blender pen. Not a good idea. So I'm doing the same here with the Blushing Bride. I'm just squeezing in the middle. And then see, you end up with some of the color there. All right, so now I'm just going to do the Blushing Bride here in the middle. So what's the weather like where you all are today? If you live in Tennessee, where they're recovering from those horrible, horrible tornadoes, just a tragic thing, isn't it? So if you're there, I'm so sorry, and please know that we're thinking of you. And then the coronavirus is the other thing in the news, right? Wash your hands, which I'm a big hand washer anyway, I always have been. So my hands are always dry because I wash them so much. Okay, so we're done with the Blushing Bride. So again, I'm going to just twist till it's clean. There goes my Instant Pot. I'm trying something new today. I'm doing an apple bundt cake in the Instant Pot. Tonight, I'm going to take pizza down to my dad's. I'm going to make some pizza, take it down, and I thought, oh, he loves sweets. That's where I get it from. All right, so now I'm using the Pear Pizzazz, right? Yes. I just saw in another language it says rich raisin. I thought, wow, that's different. Pears and raisins, not the same fruit, but anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of the grasses here, and even along here just a little bit. Whoops. And that's it for that. And then for the gate, I thought I would use Sahara Sand because I thought that's like a nice neutral gatey color without it being as dark as the early espresso. I like this stamp set because it's not like exacting. You can kind of play with it a little bit, and if you go outside the lines, it just makes it look a little Monet-ish, which I think is a good thing because it's one of my favorite artists. I love Monet. Okay, we're almost done here with our fence. So I'm not sure if we can say winter is over here in central New York yet. Usually it's not over till about May. I mean, that's when there's really no real risk of more snowfall. Okay, that is that for our coloring of the design. So see how that looks so far. Then I'm going to take the early espresso back, and the one card I need to make for my friend who did the knitting. I'm using this Thankful Thoughts. I did not check to see if that is in our catalog or not. I can take a look really quick though for you. I just was trying to find something that looked like it would work. Hold on just a second. Let me see. Nope, it's not in here, but you can use whatever sentiments you might already have. It doesn't have to be the same exact ones that I use, but I have a lot of retired stamp sets, and I really think that, you know, you should use what appeals to you. So I'm going to see if I can maybe cover up that splotch. Yeah, I did okay. So this one says, sending thanks to a very gracious giver. And then on the inside of that, I'm going to use the other part of that says, from a very grateful getter. So I'm going to, that's going to go inside this Highland Heather cardstock. So I'm just going to put that like in the middle. Okay. Now we're going to kind of assemble. Shut that up before I make a mess. Let me get my bone folder. It's one thing I forgot to get out before I started this video. All right, so bone folder, or like I've said before, if you've got a Pampered Chef stone scraper, that's also a good idea. All right, then I'm going to use my snail on the back of here, and I'm going to attach that to the Blushing Bride. Okay, and I also have some of this really pretty ribbon that was left from something else that I ordered a while ago. So I am going to attach some of that. And I like to just kind of eye it and then turn it around and put a little bit of snail on one end. And then once I've got that on, it's easier to turn it around and then know approximately where to put the other bit of snail. So that looks pretty even. And then I'm just going to make a little knot with a little bit more. And I leave that attached when I am making knots just because then I'm wasting as little as possible. not my sharpest shears. All right, and then what I thought I would do is attach this to the Highland Heather with the adhesives, the dimensionals. And I don't waste any part of these. So as you can see, mine is almost empty, almost ready to throw out. But just because you don't have any of the whole pieces left, I cut up the sides and I use those because, you know, nobody's going to take it apart and say, oh my goodness, she didn't use a whole little dimensional. She just used pieces. I'd be like, way to go, because I am that person. I'm very frugal and I don't want to waste a thing. All right, just got to get my little dry fingernails under there. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach. There you go. How cute is that? In fact, I like it so much I might use this for a workshop that I've got coming up. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do for that. And so there's that. Let me just move those out of my way for a second so I can see here. And you know what? I might just put a little bit on the inside. So there's a cute little stamp here of like some little flowers. And I might just use the Highland Heather because that's the card stock on the inside too. And just put a little design in the bottom corner. I don't know how well you can see that with the sunshine blaring in the window. So anyway, that's that. So that's your easy card for today. And I'm going to get that written and ready to get to my friend. And that's that. And I will have to cut myself another piece to make the other card. We just booked our annual Cape Cod trip and I need to send them the deposit. So I thought, oh, instead of just a piece of paper, I should send them a nice card too. So, because this is our third year using this renting this same house from the same people. So I'm going to come up with something to send to them too. But meanwhile, I hope you enjoy your Sunday. I hope it's restful for you. And I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.